Emotional story from an FGM survivor, Sadia Hussein. Tonight, the journey continues in part 2 of the finalists' bootcamp.
I think what stood out for me, and probably so many other people, is Saida's story. It was touching. It was not someone else telling her story, but herself. So the emotional impact that it had on us is what really stood out for me.
Even if I speak, I can only whisper to the ears because even my voice is not coming out. I've been pushing and nothing. So my mom told me, "What are you talking about? You cannot go to operation. Try." Even me, I've been in labor pains for so many days and I've been trying, and I'm dying. I'm like, okay, doctor, so what is the other option? Then he wrote for me. Then I looked at the document. He said either CS or vacuum. Then I wrote again because I cannot even speak loudly. What is vacuum? Then he told me we can only pull out your baby, of which your daughter has developed, your child has developed something called kaput, and I don't know kaput. It's like the head elongated.
Listening to Sadia Hussein's survival story, I would say this was the first time I was getting a hands-on or a testimonial from a person who has undergone FGM and a person who is championing through it, and seeing her tears as a woman crying, I really felt like it moved me so much that at some point I was almost losing it as she was losing it.
The last time I saw myself, I was coming down from the theater. So my mother was there crying again, and I told her, this is the last child I'm going to give birth to. And I know you are my mother and my children have access to you. There is no way you can cut them. I have to be very, very clear. With all the medications and all that, I felt like at some point I'm now becoming disabled for the second time. Because the first disability was FGM. The second one is through CS. Now I cannot do certain things properly.
I thought that the story of FGM, if it was a kufecto, maybe it has exist in communities. But after seeing the survivor of FGM, I believe that FGM is real, like Okwaezi communities.
I always tell my daughter this: we were born perfect. No need for mutilation. The first two daughters sing it every now and then. Because what made me go through FGM was the pressure from school. And these girls will still go to school. So once they go to school, what is the first thing? You are not clean, right? So I taught them that poem to defend themselves. Once your daughters are not empowered, they cannot even defend themselves. So for me, I always teach them a lot of things about FGM. And that's what my mom failed to do. If my mother could have told me what is FGM all about, maybe I could have said no.
I'm very intrigued with a particular thing that I've noticed. In all these stages that you're going through, these different phases, this circle of FGM, your mother keeps stepping out of the picture. I've ever had this conversation with her, and then from this point, the other one will be, what does she think of your activism right now?
The first person I engaged in my campaign was her, actually. And she told me, you are a coward. You're just afraid of giving birth. It's like you want to ruin our culture. When she told my dad was actually the first person to support me. So from now onwards, leave alone your mother and other women. I'm your supporter. Go, my child. That's what he told me. We were born perfect. Do not destroy our beautification. No need for mutilation. Give us education. Protect our rights from any violation. We will speak out and reject any form of mutilation, because we are the proud African girls.
Listening to Sadia's story was an eye-opener for the students as they got to hear the painful details of the effects of FGM firsthand.